The permaculture principles teach you that one element has different functions, and we're going to talk a little. Let's make a circle around the medicine garden, please. Oh, so just be aware. There's some fire ants around, but you can see, you know, their mounts here. You know, just keep an eye on that. So this is what I call the medicine garden. If you see, there is a circle in the middle, then there's a ring section in 4 parts, and then another one. So you can add more and more, right? But what we're doing here is to create a space where people can come, you can walk through, you can touch the plants, you can smell them, you can bring your book or your phone and see what are the properties of these plants. You can harvest them, you can make a tea, you can go to your porch, and you can learn while you're drinking and while you're reading and while you have a relationship with the plant. Why? Because it's not the same just to go and buy a tincture. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, do that, please. But when you have a relationship with your plants, the ones that you're growing, the ones that you're seeing how hard or how easy it is for them to grow, then you can really understand her benefits for you, the benefits for you, right? So it's very important for us to create these spaces. Now, we are here in this is in front of the road. It can be a little bit loud, but imagine in a quiet place. And this is a kind of maze. Also in terms of therapy, you use it because when you come into a labyrinth, you are looking for something, but what you're looking for is inside you. So you are looking who you are, and you walk. You support pollinators. This is the echinacea, right? So we leave the seeds here, and we harvest them until spring, because through winter some birds come and eat the seeds, right? So we don't push nature. So it's because sometimes people are like, oh, but this is ugly. You know, you need a nice garden. We don't care about that. We follow the rules of nature. Also, this is a compass, west, and that's east. When we step out there and we see to the east, we can see how far goes the sun in solstice, winter, right? We can see it rising in fall and spring, and this is important for us because we live out of nature. So just by being like, okay, we're following the sun, the path of the sun, we can also figure out what we can expect in terms of weather, and we also move to the rhythm of the seasons, and also we build things in terms of that, because if we know that the sun goes to the south, we can situate our beds in a way that the plants get the most of the sun throughout winter. And that applies, I mean, we didn't build this house, but this is the south side of the house. So you can see how through the day we got more sun on the south. We let the sun come in through the windows, and we catch that energy, right? So then at night we close the blinds, and the heat stays for longer at home. But we apply this to the garden. I mean, I can tell you quickly, if you don't know, this is echinacea, rosemary, this is the culinary sage, this is white sage that we use for ceremonies, this is comfrey, catnip, rue, this is the original that vegetables are medicine plants as well, but we use this mostly as a medicine, you know, to make tinctures or teas. As part of the design, remember that we said that one element covered different functions into the system. Well, again, this is a pollinator garden. This is a medicine garden. This provides with oxygen. It catch carbon, etc., etc. Give us a lot of things, and we give them time, compost, etc., etc. Right? So we work together. Now, as a pollinators, I don't know if you can see behind that bush, but we have the bees. You see those white boxes? Those are the bees, right? So the bees come, they eat. They got the nectar. Actually, maybe they're going to be around those purple flowers back there. They go back. We learn about that matriarchy system that works perfectly. It's amazing. And then they produce the honey. We provide them with some housing, with some food, and in exchange they give us wax that I use to make candles, because I do therapy with candles. What I'm trying to say is, like, it's better if I give them a candle with the same wax that I produce with my sage plants, etc., etc. So I have a better communication with these elements to provide my patients with that. And then we have the chickens. You see, they have this fencing that we move, right? So the chicken coop is a mobile coop. So you see the wheels. So about every 2 weeks, you know, they go to sleep. We close the door, and in the morning we move them to other area. So by doing that, they're able to find more food, more grass, more seeds. They scratch. They control different kind of insects and bugs that live there. They poop, which means that they fertilize the soil, and to avoid that they kill all the plants and they cause erosion. That's why we move them. Underneath the coop, well, I mean, in the floor of the coop is just a mesh. So they poop, and all the poop stays there. So when we move the coop, we just come, scoop the manure, and put it in the compost. So they're pre-digesters. So they help us to digest our compost that we are going to give to our plants. So you see this relationship that we all are having here. So we all work together. And again, that helped me to don't work too hard. So in that way, I'm able to enjoy a little bit more life. But the most amazing is to see it, to see happening. When I see the bee in a flower, and I, wow, this is magic. Obviously, we've been introducing each element little by little. The first year I brought the bees, I saw we have at least 2 mature pear trees. The first 2 years, we produced like 1 or 2 pairs. After I introduced the bees, we have hundreds of pairs, because, you know, they come and they pollinate each flower. So they also provide us with eggs. We just produce eggs. We don't produce meat. They're free, whatever that means, because, you know, they walk around all the time. We let them out. We separate those ones because sometimes they kind of get crazy. They attack each other. So it's like, okay, you stay here, time out for a while, and come back to society. And this is, but if I could do just one thing in my life, and if I cannot sell myself or I cannot sell my products, then I have to diversify myself. So then in that case, I have more opportunities to, you know, get relationship with other people and survive.